this will be challenging to clamp, but I need to be able to use my other hand, so I'm just gonna try to hold these pieces together with this. It looks like it'll actually work. I just need to clean this. Yeah, that'll work okay. All right. And I'm gonna slide this piece out of the way so I can get closer to the job. When you're gonna do this job, wear sleeves and long pants. So this is a bad example of welding safety. So you need to have PPE on. At a minimum, you're gonna wear gloves and a hood, but realistically, at a minimum, you should be wearing sleeves and long pants as well. So. Also, you'll see that I weaved that weld. You're really not supposed to weave flux core either. You're just supposed to drag it typically. So basically everything in this video is wrong, and you shouldn't do any of it. Let's take a look. Okay. So the weld itself will hold, but it's just improper technique. So it's not probably something that you should practice doing. I just did this because you can see at the top of the rebar right there, there's a little gap. So I needed to kind of bridge that gap. And I don't think that just dragging it and dragging it and dragging it and dragging it is going to be a good alternative to just weave, if I can do the weave very quickly. So that's all we did. I'll finish that weld. You might have noticed too that I do that weld very slow. That's kind of how you do good welds with flux core. You gotta go a little slow. Just get a lot of heat in the weld. Set your feed speed down a little bit lower. I typically do, and I get the piece like really ripping hot when I do it. So I don't know if that's necessarily the right way to do it. I literally have had no training on welding. My neighbor gave me this machine for free a couple of years ago when he was cleaning out his garage, and ever since then I just kind of checked out some documentation, stuff like Lincoln, their documentation on their flux core wire, things like that. Best practices can be found there. So it's not super hard to do this flux core stuff. I've never done any other welding type before, so I can't speak for those, but if you are going to do the flux core, the important thing to note, I think, is that the wire that you can get from Harbor Freight, I don't even know the brand name, but that's only rated for a single pass. So I get the Lincoln wire because you can do multiple passes, which means that you can put a bead on top of another bead. So it's ready to do that. The Lincoln wire is. I don't think that the Harbor Freight wire is. The Lincoln's the only one that I've seen with that certification. All right, I got to do a little bit more. So, what's wrong?
Where's the rake?
It's right there, the blue one. Are you talking about the other rake?
Yeah.
It's in the garage on the left-hand side when you're looking at the door. Okay. Now I'll finish the other one. Basically, all I'm going to do is I'll just finish welding the end of this little piece that's sticking out to this rebar that we just installed. So. My phone got a little hot and stopped recording, but this is the idea. So we're ready to finish this slab out now with some concrete. The only thing I have to do left is to just kind of put that form up, that form in the back. So all this stuff is rocking and rolling.